The rank packs have been redesigned, but are they worth your money? And if so, who should you choose with the new SSR Force ticket? How's it, everybody? Celtic Link here. We're back for another Dokkan battle video. In today's video, I wanted to spend a little bit of time addressing some of your guys' questions that you've been throwing at me about this new SSR Force tickets and the rank packs and whether or not I think they are a good value, right? So let's go ahead and let's start. We do have three new growth packs, right? We have 150 rank growth pack, we have 100 rank growth pack, and rank 50 growth pack. Each one can be purchased upon reaching set rank. So you reach rank 50, you can pick up that one, 100, 150, etc., right? The others have been removed currently, but it is noted here in the news that they will be added at a later date. The rank 50 growth pack nets you 20 stones for $3.99, along with a ton of other items such as orbs, training items, helpful battle items, as well as some training locations and meat. So very, very good value for $3.99 plus the 20 stones, right? The rank 100 is the one I think most people are concerned about, right? For $6.99 gets you the SSR Force ticket, 30 stones, and a bunch of other things to include, I believe, some battlefield memory. I think it gives 9,999 battlefield memory, which is really, really good. For $9.99 you can pick up the 150 rank growth pack, which nets you 40 stones and all the above said items minus the ticket. I do think it also comes with a couple green gems as well, so that can be helpful, especially knowing that there's a couple units coming up that EZA from the green gem shop. So definitely good and worth your time. Altogether, it'll cost you about 20 bucks if you're a low to play, pay to play player. I think it's a pretty good deal when you consider that, you know, you're getting 90 stones out of this plus all the other stuff plus one free guaranteed unit. So all in all, it's a pretty good deal when you consider that, like, you know, 90 stones normally is going to cost you anywhere from 30 to 40 bucks depending on the stone sales. So, you know, it's honestly a pretty good deal. And even if you were just going for the SSR pack, right, you're only talking about $6.99 and a guaranteed character. That's pretty good, especially when you look at some of the characters here on this list. They're actually pretty decent, right? And pretty much anyone can pick up these tickets. If you're a veteran player, you can still pick up these tickets. If you are someone who just starting the game, once you reach rank 150, which is actually relatively easy early on, you'll be able to pick up the ticket. So honestly, it's pretty good deal in my opinion if you're pay to play, low to play. Obviously, if you're free to play, this is not an option for you, right? Unless you're willing to commit the $6.99. So let's talk about some of the units here, because there's actually a few good options here, right? So the first top of the list is all LRs, right? We have the LR Tech Super Saiyan 2 Gohan from the BoJack movie. We have the LR Angel Vegeta. We have the LR Broly, Chilai, and Lemo. We have the LR Full Power Frieza and the LR Full Power Jiren. Now, this Full Power Frieza does actually have his EZA already, and he's quite good. He's not the best, but he can get the job done, right? He's not a terrible unit. He's by far not the worst LR EZA we've had. So, you know, he's pretty good. I think next in line, I mean, if we're going in chronological order, the next in line for an EZA would probably be the Fizz, Broly, Chilai, and Lemo here. But who knows when that could be. I mean, they did just recently EZA the Gogeta and the Broly from the movie. It's possible these guys could be coming up soon, but who knows? I feel like if you're going to choose an LR, you're choosing them based on their EZA potential, or, you know, whichever one you're missing, right? Though it's possible, you know, if 8th anniversary ends up being Majin Buu Saga, we could end up seeing this guy EZA. But I mean, I personally wouldn't recommend spending $6.99 for Angel Vegeta here, simply because he is available free to play from like the Vegeta event if you've got the tickets right. He's in the pool for that. So if you're a newer player, you've still probably got a chance to pull this guy from those tickets. So I wouldn't necessarily recommend him. Now, when we talk about the Dokkan Festival exclusives, this row is all 2021 exclusives. It's not all of them, but I think they're a few of the key standouts, right? You have the GT duo here of the Goku and Vegeta. You have the AGL Kid Gohan, and you have the STR Videl, and the Fizz, Goten, and Trunks. The bottom row is 2020, 2021 Dokkan Festival exclusives. You have the Tech Ultimate Gohan, the AGL Pikkon, you have the STR Bojack, and you have the STR Kefla and Beerus. So honestly, looking at this list, I mean, it's not the greatest list, but there are a couple of standouts. I think if you're really, really looking at this list, the first and foremost thing you should consider is your box. What do you have? What are you missing? And then go from there. So first off, if you're missing any of these gold coin LRs aside from the Vegeta, they should be your priority. The reason being is, most people don't summon on gold coin banners, right? Typically you try to avoid those. You try to jump into these banners when there's like a double rates or a New Year's step up, or now carnival banners, which means these guys may not necessarily be able to be picked up at future dates unless they are specifically featured, right? I wouldn't recommend spending your 500 coins on any one of these guys, which means might be kind of rare to pick up one of these. So, right, if you're trying to fill out your collection, it might be a good idea to pick up these guys, if only because the featured chances might be very low for them in the future, especially being how limited gold coin banners seem to be right now. So I would say priority should be one of the gold coins. Out of all of them, I would say probably the Broly Trio has the best potential, though these guys could be coming up on an easy A here soon, right? The Gohan and the Vegeta, so who knows? But I would say the Broly Trio probably has the best potential out of the bunch here. Now, when looking at the Dokkan Festival exclusives, if none of these, yellow coins are really touching your favor, then I would say the number one priority on this list is probably the Tech Ultimate Gohan. If you did not have him, I would say he's probably a good pickup, even if he could possibly be featured on banners in the future. Picking him up with more dupes is always good, right? So if you didn't have him at all, getting him at 55%, he still does his job very well, right? We're talking about a unit that greatly raises attack and defense infinitely and guards all attacks while doing so. And then he has his guard and effective against all types once he transforms, and then he's greatly raising attack for one turn instead of stacking permanently. But he is a monster, and if you have the new Fizz Ultimate Gohan, makes a great slot 1 partner for him. So I honestly believe he is truly the number 1 pick. My number 2 pick is the AGL Kid Gohan. If you've been paying attention on the channel as of late, I've been doing a couple showcases recently with him, and he's really good. He's very, very helpful on a lot of these teams, right? He infinitely raises defense like the Tech Ultimate Gohan. Now, he doesn't have any special kind of guard or anything, but what he does have that makes him very useful is support. He gives all allies, whether they are super or extreme, as long as they are on the team, they're getting 58 defensive support, and that is huge. On top of that, he does have the ability to recover HP and guard attacks for at least 1 turn and raise defense for 2 turns for all of the allies on his active skill. So actually really, really clutch. You guys have seen us pull off the active skill turn and then be able to protect ourselves for turn. So really, really good. He is awesome, and he is definitely my number 2 pick. Now, that's when it comes to the number 3 pick, right? If you had both of these guys, who would you want to pick out of all of these? Honestly, there's 2 choices that I put kind of hand in hand. The STR Bojack, right? If you have a good Terrifying Conquerors setup, a good Space Traveling Warriors, although I guess they're kind of one and the same for the most part, right? This guy works a lot like the STR Cooler, right? Obviously, the STR Cooler with his EZA now does the job a lot better, but he does a lot of the same things, right? So he's just some extra support for Terrifying Conquerors, and he could see he's probably going to see a lot more play once he EZAs, especially since we know the Int Bojack's EZA is coming up. They do make an incredible pairing afterwards, so I would definitely give him a shot if you didn't have him already. The last pick that go along with that, like I said, these two are kind of one and the same. Is probably the AGL Pycon. A lot of people kind of dunked on him on his first release because, you know, they release a Pycon in Janemba, and then we don't see a Gogeta until Tanabata. But I think there's a pretty good reason to pick him up, right? He does a lot. He is giving Key 2 to Superclass allies and attack and defense 30% as long as you can get the key with him, which is honestly not that hard to do, right? You just need 3 of the same type key spheres, which is pretty easy. And he also has a 50% chance to dodge as well, so that's also very good. He can seal, which can help in early fights, but his main draw is his active skill, basically a free Ghost Usher. This has been helping people out in like the final turns of Broly, the final turns of the Metal Cooler Core, and even, you know, in the early days of Cell Max, people were using him to try to get as much damage in with a free turn before the next turn, before Cell Max was one-shotting people. So there's definitely a use for him in today's meta. So those are honestly my top picks. Like I said, it does really depend on what your box needs, but if you were missing everything here, I would definitely go with the Tech Ultimate Gohan or the AGL Gohan. I do also strongly believe that outside of those, because of the way gold coins are working and the EZA potential for quite a few of these units that are here, I would definitely say that there's maybe a good consideration for one of the gold coin LRs, since they may not necessarily be available at a later date unless you get lucky on one of your steps on the New Year's Step Up or somewhere else. So anyways, guys, that is the video. That is my recommendation on who you should pick up with your SSR Force ticket. Me personally, I'm going to pick up Tech Full Power Jiren because he is literally the only character on here I do not have. So I'm just going to go ahead and pick him up so I can complete the board here. So like I said, guys, that's the video. If you like the video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And in the comments down below, if you decided to pick up the SSR Force ticket, let me know. Did you appreciate my recommendation? Do you think it's a good recommendation? Or let me know, who did you end up going with? Would love to hear it in the comments down below. Otherwise, guys, as always, thanks for watching, and aloha.